channel, and if you are new, welcome. My name is Meg, and today I'm going to show you how to get this fun, easy summer glam makeup. I am obsessed with this look. It is just fun go-to glam makeup for any time of the year, really, but this is like super glowy, super bronzy. The eyes just read nighttime and summertime for me. Do you guys like the new background? I haven't used this one yet and I'm obsessed with it, but yes, I'm gonna walk you through the eyes, briefly go through what is on the rest of my face so you can get this look in entirety. So without further ado, we're going to be featuring the Alyssa Edwards Anastasia palette. I do have a series on my channel, it'll be linked right up here and also down below if you would like a review. I compare this to some Morphe palettes. So if you're interested in any of that stuff, be sure to check it out and let's go ahead and roll into it. I already have my eyes primed. So what I do when I'm doing a more natural look, when I'm using neutral colors, I still like to have more of a skin tone up by my brow bone. When I'm using a lot of colors, I don't care because I pack them up really high. So I still use concealer to carve out my brow bone, and then I use the Anastasia primer right there on my lid and just blended the two together because this is like a very stark light color. I also brought the primer onto my lower lash line because that's where we're gonna have like our little pop of color. Before we get started into the eyeshadow though, like, I don't know about you guys, but I love Starbucks, and Starbucks is expensive, and I've been like really into the refreshers lately, not so much the coffee. So I found these. They say that they sell them like at Walmart and Fry's. I have not been able to find the cans in store. So I ordered these on Amazon. They were like $16 for a 12 pack, which is still kind of expensive, but cheaper than paying $5 going a day for one. So this is a strawberry lemonade. They have different flavors than what they actually have available at Starbucks to be made fresh, which I thought was a little bit weird because I really love the berry hibiscus and the mango dragon fruit. But we're gonna go ahead and give this a try. Okay, I can get down with the strawberry lemonade. I like this a lot. There's also a peach flavor and then I think a berry flavor, but have you guys tried these canned refreshers? What is your favorite flavor? Let me know because this is pretty yummy. And when I go to Starbucks, I like to mix it with the lemonade. Super good and really tart. But anyways, into the palette, I'm going to start off with the shade House of Edwards. And we're just going to work on building this up into the crease, just applying a generous amount of this color. I'm using my Real Techniques 203 blending brush for this today. So to create the shape, I'm just kind of feeling around where my socket is. It's like weird to like do this, but it's right here. So I'm blending this right above that line, kind of like right in the middle between of where the bone is. And I'm just going to use that as a guide of how high I'm going to blend the shadow up. I forgot to do my first step. The first step is that I'm actually going to take the white in the palette and I'm going to pack it on my brow bone. I forgot to do this. I was like, why am I struggling to blend? Because that's where the concealer and primer met. So I'm just packing on this white shadow up here to kind of set the concealer. And then it's just gonna help the House of Edwards shade just nicely fade up into nothing, so to say. Because the concealer was definitely a little bit draggy. So I pack on a pretty heavy amount of the white. And then now, make sure I'm in frame, I can go back in with this blending brush and there we go. Now it's nice and easy to blend. That just really helps the color fade up. So now what I'm going to do is take a little bit more, start to pack this on the outer corner, and then I'm also going to start to wing whatever is left out. So because I don't want this to be super harsh, that's why I put the majority here. Whatever is left, you just flick upwards and then you can connect this together. And it's gonna give you that lifted cat eye shape. And how far out you wanna wing this out is up to you. You could like really take it out there. I just kind of do it to where my brow ends. Have any of you watching picked up this Alyssa Edwards palette? If so, what are your thoughts on the palette? I would love to hear from you guys. I like to know, like, if you're actually using the products that I'm using. And with this look, the colors are pretty interchangeable, so any neutral palette you have, you can just switch the colors out for. Picking up a Morphe 506 brush, I just ran my nail through that. Oh my God. Okay, I'm going to go into Back Rolls, which is like this deeper, darker brown. It's not too warm toned, so I tend to like the light warm toned, more cool toned shadows. Okay, so I tapped in twice, tap off the extra, and again right here, I'm gonna start to lay down most of the color in the outer corner. And then with really light kind of scratchy motions, I'm going to bring it up to about here and start working on blending. I'm going to blend this in this far. I'm not going to go any further. And little by little, you just want to work on blending this up. And then I'm also going to start taking this out. You can make adjustments. I like to blend my lower lash line out pretty far, so I want it to be seamless. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this down a little bit lower so it'll connect later. And then, like I said, with the lightest motions, I'm just gonna work on blending this inward. Just like that. So if you want this to be a darker look, you can blend it up darker. I kind of made this a little bit too dark than what I wanted. So what I'm doing is going with a really big fluffy brush, and I'm gonna start working on blending. And then to try to lighten that up a wee bit, I'm gonna go back into the first color and put that on top. So right here is the area where I wanted to lighten, so that's just where I'm gonna focus that color and then blend. That's better. Let's talk about my nose for a second because it looks really weird. I've been, you know, catching some rays, and when I put my sunscreen on, I normally go like this, and I thought I got my entire nose covered, but as you can see, I missed right down the middle, and I got a really bad sunburn, like right where you highlight. So my nose is like RIP my nose right now because it's in recovery. It is a little wee bit scaly, so it'll be interesting putting foundation on over that in a minute. Now that the crease area is starting to look good, I'm just gonna start building up the lid. So about starting at my pupil, I'm gonna start angle that up and out. I like doing this shape because it just adds more like of a lifted effect to the eye. So what has your guys' summer been like so far? Let me know. You guys have done fun stuff. Mine's been pretty tame, full of relaxing, which is what I need. Been getting so much pool time. So now what I'm going to do is pick up Beast, and I'm using the same 506 brush. I just like this technique than using other brushes because you don't get as much fallout using a fluffier brush. The more dense of a brush that you use, like if I were to use this detail brush, or what is it, the accent brush. This is the accent brush by Real Techniques. If I were to use this brush, I would get so much more fallout because it's so compacted, and putting it through your lashes, you're just asking for fallout. So I just do this technique with this fluffy brush, and I just do this as like a faux soft liner right along the lash line, and then whatever is left, I'm just gonna, again, lightly kind of scratching back and forth, build up, and I'm not really gonna go past my lid space with this. And then you want to blend. Normally, I just do this technique with like the dark brown shadow because black is just so harsh, but because we use that pretty heavily, I decided to go in with black. If you wanted to keep it more daytime, you could just stick to the brown, but we go all out here on this channel. So now for the fun part, I'm taking Inspire, which is this gorgeous shimmer. It's just truly so just bright and impactful looking when you apply it. I just like applying with my finger because I feel like you get the best payoff. And that goes with any shimmer. It's not just specific to this one. Any shimmer I think applies best with your finger. So we're just kind of filling in that blank space right there. If you wanted to make this a more exaggerated like cut crease eye moment, you could bring this up further. And I like that this shimmer is very pigmented, so you don't need to go in and do an actual cut crease. Now what I do, because you can see it looks a little bit patchy here where I stopped, a little bit of a harsh line. So I just go in with the blending brush that we originally used with no new product, and I just blend around the edges of that shimmer. So it just fades in nicely. So how we have those lines there, just give it a couple seconds of blending and done. For even more fun, I'm just gonna take my Urban Decay Heavy Metal Glitter Liner in the shade Midnight Cowboy. And we're just gonna add some glitz and glam to this. And then if you wanted more of like a natural look with the glitter while it's still wet, you can just take a brush while you still have some playtime to disperse that out. I just think that just adds some more fun to the look. To finish up the upper lash line, I'm just taking my Physician Formula Eye Booster Eyeliner. If you're looking for a dupe for the Kat Von D eyeliner, this is drugstore and it's pretty close. I haven't really used it for like a winged out look. I basically just use my eyeliner to add some more definition to my lashes, so my lash line just looks a little bit darker and stands out more. For the lower lash line, I'm going to take Unicorn Tribe, and I'm going to pick this up on a Morphe E36. I'm going to try to not have my mirror be in the way. And I just start lightly blending this. You can also, like, I just do like a pat and then like a quick little blend. That's kind of how I do it. And I'm going to bring this into here. And then you can see how it's just kind of nicely blending into what's in the crease. This is where things are going to get fun on the lower lash line. I'm taking BBDC on the same brush. This is like a really pretty deep, plummy, like almost burgundy color. And this is just going to add drama, darken this up. And having Unicorn Tribe laid down first is just going to bring out more of that purple pigment in the shadow. I'm so excited to play with this color like on my lid in the fall time. I'm just gonna add this liner to my lower lash line. This is in the shade Dragon Smoke by Urban Decay. Have to be a little bit careful because there is some glitter in here. And then I'm going to get right up to my lashes. Apply that and then blend. So adding that liner and then adding it to the lower lash line where your lashes meet, it just adds that sultry blend. So you can just see the difference of just putting something in your waterline and then actually putting it around your lashes and working with the product. It makes such a difference. My skin is not looking the best right now, so what I like to do is spot conceal before I go in with my foundation. So I'm just taking this Makeup Revolution concealer. I just got this, it's new to me, so I'll update you guys how I like it in future videos. I like to spot conceal before I go in with foundation because I find that I use less product. My nose is such a mess, like I'm not even going to mess with it. I'm just gonna let the foundation do its job. When I'm spot concealing, I use very light pressure because I want to blend the product out, but I don't want to move it around so it's removing the coverage that I want. If that makes sense? And then whatever's left, I just drag around my red areas. I really think the sunscreen that I'm using is like messing my skin up so bad. I use a Neutrogena one. That's it says breakout proof, but I don't know, like my skin is just like not having it. So if you know of a sunscreen that doesn't mess with your skin, I have really, really sensitive skin, leave it in the comments below because I'd love to check it out. The foundation that I've been using is the Tarte Found Sealer. If you're interested in knowing more about this foundation and a wear test review, I do have that video. It will be linked up above. And then it will also be listed in my description box. Things only keep looking better and better. So now I'm just going to go in with my Physician Formula bronzer. This is in the shade Light. I have to pack it on because now that I'm tanner, it's harder to see. So I just hit the usual spots with the bronzer, forehead, cheekbones. I do a little bit on my chin, a little bit on the tip of my nose. And then I like to go in with contour. So I'm gonna dust this powder off here. And then whatever's left on this brush, I'm just gonna kind of hit my nose area with it. For contour, I really like this Sculpt shade in this Tarte palette. I'm hoping they sell it individually, but something tells me that they don't. And then for my contour on my nose, this is just a Luxie 207 brush. Then to contour my face, this is just an e.l.f. Flawless face brush that I use. I always used to contour first and then bronze, but doing it the opposite way just makes such a difference. I felt like I was just packing my contour on and you couldn't really see it, but having the bronzer down first just creates that nice layer, and then I don't need to go in with as much contour powder. For blush, this is my Tarte Party Blush. It is like took a tumble on the floor, so now the cap doesn't necessarily, you know, like to stay on. I just want to make a note that I'm like going in hard with a lot of these products, but that's just because I'm going to be filming a lot of videos today. So when I'm at a distance, it may look harsh now, but like when I'm at a distance, everything is put together. I have eyebrows on and everything. It starts to look more balanced, but also the lights wash you out a lot. So it's like your face doesn't really look dimensional. It just kind of looks like your eyes are intense and the rest of your face is just kind of flat looking. So don't ever feel like you have to pile on as much as those of us on video do. I'm going to take my Fuego highlight by Dose of Colors because like I'm finally tan enough to wear this and not have it be too dark, so exciting times. I love the formulation of these highlighters. They're just so beautiful. By the way, you can tell a highlight's too dark for you when you're face on, and if you see like darkness or shadow here when you're looking straight on in a mirror, that's how you can kind of tell that your highlight's too dark. Even with this, I can't really pile it on how I want to because it starts to go into that too dark territory. I also like to highlight right around my brows. This is also why I wait to fill them in, because I don't want to be neat with putting foundation around my brows. I don't get how people fill their brows in before they do anything. I don't have the time to be that precise when putting my makeup on. I get eyeshadow up in there, I'm getting highlighter up in there, so brows is just one of the last things that I do, and I just map them out beforehand because I like have none, so I have an idea of where they're going to be sitting. If any of that makes sense. Ugh, I love it. I'm actually gonna take some of this in my inner corner. Probably hit some of it in my brow bone. Yes. Oh, I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. All I'm going to go ahead and do off camera is just let this bake sit. I'm gonna fill my brows in, add lashes, and then come back to finish up the eyes because there's one more step, and lips. Quickly, I just want to show you the difference of what the look looks like with eyelashes and with natural lashes. If this was toned down just a little bit more, I'd be totally fine just wearing it with my natural lashes because that's how I do most makeup outside of YouTube. But just adding the lashes adds a wee bit of flair. So what happens when you love on your dog? You have to pick dog hair off your face. To finish off the eye look, I want to add like a little bit of a pop of color in the inner corner. So from my Urban Decay Game of Thrones palette, I'm taking the shade Bend the Knee, and I'm just going to pack it on. I love it! It looks so pretty. It's just like a fun, unexpected pop of color. Finish off lips, I'm just taking my Morphe lip liner in the shade Love Bite to line. To fill in, I'm just going to be using my KKWX Mario Classic K lipstick. For finishing touches, I'm just going to take the KKW Beauty gloss in the shade Super Nude. Concentrating most of that in the center of my lip, and then taking whatever is left across the rest. That is gonna wrap it up for today's look. I really hope you enjoyed this. I am obsessed with this. I think this is gonna be my go-to going out makeup for the rest of summer. What is your favorite kind of summer glam makeup? I would love to hear from you. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, everyone.